Okay, so we're going to be taking a look at the Mabinogi Eternity project, but we're not going to be looking at it on the NA site, we're going to look at it on the Korean website, because the Korean website has more information, so let's hop over there real quick. So on the main official Korean Mabinogi website, right down here you can see Mabinogi Eternity project. Let's click on that. Then we click on the Mabinogi logo in the center. And there is a lot of stuff to read here. I think it's better if we go to development history. This is everything listed. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 categories to look at. So this will give us more information and a few more screenshots than what we've seen before on the NA site. So let's take a look at this one first. Taking the first steps in the news of Eternity. As many Militians have been waiting for, we have opened a space exclusively for the Eternity project. I hope they do something like this for the NA site as well, but for now there's only one on Korea for it, which will deliver exciting news in the future. As I'm about to deliver news to Militians in a new space rather than the developer notes or website announcements, it feels a little different. And I'm nervous all over again. Here we will conveniently report issues, concerns, and development news that our Mabinogi team has encountered while working on the Eternity project. We want to give you the feeling that we are continuing to develop with Militians over a long period of time. Of course, depending on the speed or progress of development, it may be difficult to provide news more frequently than expected. Nevertheless, we will strive to provide consistent news in the future so that it can be a space that makes waiting exciting. As this is the first story told by Militians in this space, I would like to briefly explain the current status and direction of the Eternity project. So, classic but classy. Yeah, personally I feel a little awkward, but this sentence encapsulates the direction of the Eternity project. This is a slogan that was actually presented internally from the beginning of the Eternity project, so that it would not be forgotten during the development process and everyone on the Mabinogi team could remember it. I believe that the basis of Mabinogi that Militians who come to Mabinogi expect is a fantasy life. And fantasy life refers to all activities that allow you to immerse yourself in the world of Erin. And ultimately rebuilding it will be the core process of the Eternity project. In the end, the goal is to continue the direction Mabinogi originally intended to go from the beginning, and to achieve this, Mabinogi must inherit its classic identity. However, we want to create a sophisticated appearance so that we can present an unrivaled charm compared to any other game. So yeah, we still want Mabinogi to look and feel the same, but we do need to update and move to Unreal Engine. So I'm glad they're keeping in mind that Mabinogi has a very unique look and a very unique identity, and they're trying to replicate that in a way that everyone feels comfortable with. So, current status of the project. So you may be wondering how much progress is being made. A lot of people are wondering that, both in the NA and in Korea. The Eternity project is currently in the prototyping process. However, since it is a redesigned and inherited form of a live game, it is very different from developing a new game. As a result, the purely physical volume is very large. It is difficult to say exactly what progress is being made. However, the Eternity project is going through, or must go through, the following process. We are planning to redesign the server structure and logic into a more stable form. All content as well as Mabinogi's basic movement would have to be recreated in the new engine. In the process, we plan to transfer and improve all data and scripts by renewing them in a better way. Every world and many of its components must be upgraded or rebuilt as they are moved to the new environment. Although this is an old game, there are original drawings and plans that have been lost in this process. While drawing and reproducing a new picture, you must create a new proposal for any content that needs to be modified to match the latest grammar. In addition to this, there are numerous other areas that need to be worked on to prepare Mabinogi for its new environment. In order to complete all this within a reasonable time and present good performance, I think we need to make bold choices, such as excluding infrequently used resources or content. We will explain the development process step by step and share our concerns. With this direction in mind, our Mabinogi team is working with a lot of worry on one hand and excitement and fun on the other. And in the future, we will use this space to tell various stories and be with Militians through the Eternity updates. So I thought about various ways to show the process. To enable this process to be developed together, we ask questions about what issues each person in charge of is actually experiencing and what concerns they are having. I thought it would be better to tell a more direct story about the development. However, not all people in charge, including me, have talent for writing, so they may be poor at writing. I'm a little worried that it may not always be interesting. Nevertheless, the sincere wish to create a permanent world of Aaron is. I wanted to go through this process together because I don't think there's much difference between us and Militians. We expect to be able to tell a wide range of stories by trying more diverse things in the future. Mabinogi Eternity is a fantasy life we create together. So this is why I like the new Korean director. Like, he's saying that not all of their posts will be super exciting to read about, because a lot of it is just boring technical stuff. But he wants to be very honest with the player base, and that is really good. So I really appreciate that they're choosing to be direct with their players about what's going on. So I decided to break this video down into 3 different parts, mostly because there's just so much information to go over. But we are having a look at the Mabinogi Eternity page on the Korean website. And this is because there's a lot more information about this on the Korean site than there is on the NA site. So watch part 1 if you want to see, like, where we talked about this, taking the first step in the news of Eternity. And next we're going to look at Omniscient Art Perspective. Hello, I am Safety Director Raccoon, in charge of the art side of the Mabinogi Eternity project. When engine replacement discussions first started, I thought engine replacement work would be carried out at headquarters level. Before we knew it, at the 23 Summer Fantasy Party, we finally announced a replacement, so the Unreal Engine replacement. We thought that the replacement for Unreal should start with Neo. While producing Neo, I kept asking myself if the first impression of her that everyone had in their hearts was correct. While making the Neo launching video, how many times did you screen the short video in the development room? Modifications continued until late the previous day, but no one in the development room gave good feedback because Militians felt this way when they first met Neo in the Soul Stream. The first impressions and feelings and current longing are all different. We dared to say this is enough. This is because it could not be declared. However, we are very excited and happy about this work, and we have been providing. In the world of Aaron, it was not felt due to the limitations of the Pleon engine. We are waiting for the day when we can find immersion and vitality together. Mabinogi is now approaching its 20th anniversary, because it's been around for 20 years in Korea. It is truly an honor to be on this journey with Militian. So, finding the Aaron we want. We already saw most of this post on the NA announcement, Mabinogi Eternity Project, finding the Aaron we dream of. So that's most of this information here. You can see, like, this is mostly what we just saw. So we'll be skipping over this. I'm not going to read all this. Check out the NA site or check out the Korean site and read all about it if you want to go over the information and compare the differences. And next we'll take a look at, let's start with Neo. So this is from a character modeler for the Eternity Project. In early 2023, an engine replacement task force was proposed and the foundation work was being diligently done. One peaceful day, I heard this story during a meeting. Let's start with Neo first. I heard about the renewal of Neo, the representative NPC of Mabinogi, and along with the news of Neo's renewal, you will also hear about the difficulties that previous Neo workers experienced. This is a legendary story that cannot be fully written here, so the tension was high even before it started. Neo has an expression that seems both kind and sad, yet unknown. Neo's basic design is also burdensome. How shall I express it? Also, how much modeling specifications should be taken from Unreal Engine? Whether there are expression methods that need to be improved, and how much of the parts that could not be expressed due to the engine's limitations. So here you can see what Neo looks like in Leon Engine, and over here you can see what she looks like in Unreal Engine on the right. Personally, I think they did a really good job remaking Neo in Unreal Engine. Eternity's Neo original drawing drawn in the direction of renewal. The initial look was a mess, but as we received customized feedback, we gradually approached the unknown character Neo. In those cases, I put the two Neos side by side and worked on matching the images. I think this section played an important role in helping Militians accept this work as Neo. Yeah, I think they did a great job with Neo. Like, I know it's really hard to create a lot of these characters that we care about, and I know it's hard to, like, recreate the world of Aaron, because, like, none of us really want the world of Aaron to change, or the characters to change that much. We still want it to look and feel the same. And I get that that's not an easy task to ask the developers to do. that are working on this Unreal project. Posing where you can feel the wind, so this looks really cool. I posed, went through revision after revision, and even right before completion, I continued to worry about how much I could make Neo smile. What kind of smile would you like from eternity to give you? In situations where you have no choice but to be cautious about any expression, morph work, facial expression work is done. The Neo is smiling. At first, I kept the smile small, but my thoughts came together to express Neo's feelings more clearly so that they could be conveyed to the Militians. I was so careful about making Neo smile that I even remember separately requesting guidance from the art director. This Neo, who smiled brightly for a moment during the work process. There were many difficult moments while working, but now I am full of gratitude. Although every day is still a struggle, I will work hard until the day I meet all Militians. So yeah, this is a huge challenge for the development team to make the game look and feel good. Like, they're under a lot of stress about this, and because it is a very difficult thing to do. But overall, I think they're doing a really good job with it. So today we'll be looking at a part that was shown in the Korean Fantasy Party for Mabinogi. We'll be looking at character creation in Unreal Engine 5. And we have English closed captioning. There's the login. So they played this live on stream. Here's the new character select screen. This looks pretty cool.
안녕하세요, 밀레시안 여러분. 마비노기 총괄 디렉터 민경훈입니다. 이번 이터니티의 소식의 시작을 제가 직접 보여드리고 싶었습니다. 그래서 캐릭터 생성 과정을 제가 직접 좀
So the director is going to show us the character creation process for Unreal.
업데이트 후에 실제로 만나보실 모습은 지금과는 조금 다를 수 있는데 지금 현재 저희가 구현해 놓은 모습을 천천히 보여드리도록 하겠습니다. 이렇게 하나씩 선택할 수 있고요. 새 캐릭터를 선택해 보겠습니다. 이 의상은 처음 보시는 의상이죠. 이터니티 버전으로.
This is the first time you've seen this costume, newly created in Eternity version. This is the newbie wear. Okay.
전에 잠깐 소개해드린 것처럼 이런 형태.
A while ago, yes, as I briefly introduced, this is now.
신발도 이제 구현해 볼 수 있고요.
Now let's implement pretty shoes in the shape of.
일단은 남캐를 한번 잠깐 보여드릴게요.
Okay, first the male character. So yeah, you can pick the male character's age. And this shows you like the stats. Because the stats are like slightly different.
이렇게 당연히 나이도 이렇게 고를 수 있고요. 네, 능력치는 신경 쓰지 않으셔도 됩니다. 임시 수치로 넣어둔 거예요. 네.
So it looks like over here we have like a couple of different like starting outfit options. So like this is the newbie wear over here, and it looks like you can pick like one of these other 3 outfits to start with. So far this looks really good.
네, 얼굴도 이렇게 이거 이따가 조금 이따가 자세히 보여드릴 텐데 이제 남캐 헤어들은 지금 일단 반영해 놓은 건 이 정도고요. 여러 가지 익숙하신 헤어들이
Couple
있죠.
of the different male hairstyles.
네, 이런 헤어도 있고, 네, 그리고 당연히 이렇게 네, 색상도 선택할 수 있습니다.
And the different colors.
네, 일단 다시 돌아가서 네, 여성캐로 선택을 해보겠습니다.
And you can notice, like here, you can see some of the hair clipping through her outfit. So it's a lot easier to notice, like, the hair clipping through the outfits on the female character, because she has, like, longer hair. And the longer hair options typically, like, clip through the outfits more.
네, 예쁘죠? 예쁜 건
Yeah, you can see it, like, better up close. You can see how it's, like, cutting into the shirt and stuff. But it looked a lot better in game. That might just be, like, a character creation thing. Like, when I saw, like, the in-game footage that's later, it looked a lot better and a lot less noticeable.
가까이서 봐야 됩니다. 이렇게 가까이서 보시면 이 디테일이 좀 보이실 것 같아요. 이렇게 의상도 이런 식으로 디테일하게 표현해서 네, 구현을 해볼 수가 있고요. 피부 색상도 이렇게 선택한 대로 바로 잘
And different skin
발현이
tones. That's cool.
네.
That one's cool too.
이런 모습도 그렇고 다양한 모습을 볼 수 있고, 네, 저는 개인적으로 좋아하는 연한 복숭아 빛을 선택하겠습니다. 이 헤어도 이렇게 반영이 되는데 아마 지금 잘 아시는 헤어들이 있을 거예요. 네, 아시는 헤어들이 있고, 그렇죠. 이 헤어는 좀 이따가 다시 보실 수 있을 것 같은데 저는
Okay, this hairstyle doesn't clip through the outfit at all. So that's good. Because, like, the hair that hangs off to the sides here in the front, like, that's far enough away from the outfit that doesn't clip into it. And, like, the ponytail in the back goes out far enough to the point where it doesn't, like, clip into the back of the character at all.
죄송합니다. 제 취향대로 일단 선택을 해보겠습니다. 그리고 눈도 지금은 이 정도로 반영이 돼 있고요. 눈도 아마
Couple of different
잘 아시는
options for
부분일 거예요.
eyes.
네, 이 눈으로 선택을 하겠습니다. 아, 제가 헤어 색상을 안 정했네요. 제가 그 블루 계열을 좋아해서 여기 제
Changing the hair
지향색이
color.
명확하게 있지는 않은데 네, 다른 의도는 없습니다. 이 블루를 선택을 하겠습니다. 그리고 눈도 맞춰야죠. 네, 이렇게 맞추겠습니다. 그리고 입은
Yeah,
지금은
changing the hair and eye
하나가
color.
있고요. 그리고 장식이랑 화장도 있는데 네, 이 부분은 네, 나중에 또 보여드릴 기회가 있을 것
There are
같습니다.
decorations and makeup
아래
too.
보시면 이상
So you can use that.
있죠? 네, 이런 프리셋들을 확인하면
Yeah, and here's some of the different, like, starting outfits. Now he's going through, like, those options. This one goes really well with the blue hair.
하실 수가 있습니다. 네, 이렇게 있고요. 이거 이렇게 가까이서 보시면 좀 재질감이 좀 다르죠? 네, 이런 의상도 있고 그리고 왠지 궁수한테 어울릴 것 같은 네, 이런 의상도 있고요. 네, 이런 의상도 있습니다. 네,
Yeah, this one looks pretty cool. Looks like an outfit that maybe like a priest or a healer would wear, like a priestess or a healer. Or a mage.
이제 본격적으로 한번 떠나보겠습니다.
They're laughing because the name was taken when he tried to name the character.
네. 서버는 지금 유튜브 하나만 반영을 해둔 거니까 혹시나
The server currently only reflects one loot. They might be talking about like loot server. Since I've already done it, maybe other than loot, I hope the servers aren't upset. Okay, so he's gonna create the character. The owl looks pretty cool too.
어떠세요? 밀레시안과 에린을 연결해줄 조금 새로운 모습의 소울 스트림입니다.
The soul stream looks pretty good. I like how they added some color to like this part where you walk around. Like there's some blue, some gold, and maybe some like blue and purple more in the center where now is.
네, 여기 계신 분들은 너무 잘 아시다시피 마비노기에서 의미 깊은 장소잖아요. 네, 그래서 좀 더 가슴에 남을 만한 모습으로 변화를 시도해보고 있습니다. 우리 나우가 쳐다보네요. 네, 아이고 죄송합니다. 제가 지금 손이 떨리고 있어요.
These dialogue options on the side are pretty cool. Like I like the way the boxes look for text and everything. So far this looks pretty good as far as the interface goes for like chatting with an NPC.
네, 하나하나 말을 걸어보고 싶지만 지금 이제 보여드릴 게 좀 더 있기 때문에 에린으로 바로 가겠습니다. 네. 다음에 또 만나요.
And now she's gonna send us to Aaron. Wait, let's go back just a little bit. This was just a brief moment, but it looks like this would be like the loading screen. That might change like before it comes out. This is just a test play that they're going through. But this is simple. It looks nice. Wouldn't mind if that was the main like loading screen. And then they finally get into game. And you can see that there are like a couple other characters out here. These might be members of the development team that are like working on it. Or it could be some sort of closed beta in Korea. Either way, I think it's a good thing that they're like stress testing it. But yeah, we'll look at the gameplay and cover that in another video. But that's the character creation. And so far, I think it's pretty good. Alright, let's play some Mabinogi today. So, let's start with that event thing in Idia. We'll do that expedition. I think this is the last week, too. Oh wow, long list of quests here. Conquer the hard mode dungeons. Okay, we can do that. Defeat monsters, so defeat 300 monsters. 120 points. Do some shadow missions. Gotta figure out what I can use those points for. Okay, well, here's the daily for the Idia expedition. Pass an advancement test 2 times. Sure, we can do that. Oh yeah, and that's where I've been getting my additional advancement tickets from. Oh, here we go. This is... So I need to do the Idia Expedition Daily 2 more times. And today's, or this week's reward is... the treasure map whistle, so it's basically just a flying carpet pet that looks like a treasure map. Guess we'll go this way. Hey, food. See if I can get some food from this NPC. Nope, I got wolves. Get these gargoyles organized down here so they're kind of out of the way. Well, if it doesn't give me any points, I don't care about it, so drop that. That there. We have some food. I have to use that food soon. Finding a lot of food out here, which is great. Okay, now I need to eat something. Hey, a ghost. A lot of coins and some fruit. Let's go this way. I think that one expires though, right? So yeah. I'll probably last longer than that artifact will. Doubt I'll get to keep the points on it. Wait, are there any penalties to keeping it? I think we'll drop that. I'm probably not gonna... Well, whatever. Guess we have to hold on to it now. Coins... and some mushroom soup thing. There wasn't anything good in there. All I have is some cheese and this mushroom thing. Okay, so we're basically dead now. I better just check out with that commerce imp. Got 3,600 points. So, pretty good run. Sure, I'll hang on to my coins on one of those. I'm gonna have to do this event, like, I am gonna have to make more than a few more runs to actually get those 20,000 points, so we'll go ahead and go in again. So we almost have 8,000 points. Alright, let's go again. Huh, that's weird. I don't think I've ever found, like, the Shaman's Plague in a chest before, but sure, I'll take it. Worth a lot of points. Okay, let's go ahead and get this stuff. And I'll worry about doing the other runs, like, tomorrow or something. Because I'll have to do it tomorrow for that daily anyway, so whatever. Alright, let's go figure out what the veteran dungeon is. What kind of shadow missions do I have? Shadowcast City, that's nice. Bomber Commander? Not my favorite, but I could do it. Albie for the veteran dungeon. Let's go get the normal daily dungeon too. And coil. Alright, let's head to Albi Dungeon. Oh, a lot of people here today. Let's go and toss some crap too. Get all the expired stuff out of my inventory. And alright, I think we're all set. Where's that veteran pass at? Oh, there it is. Long hallway, jeez. Hang on, let's get some speed potions here. I should have got these before I came in, but whatever. I don't have a key, so we have to go down this way and get it. And then we have to get another key from here too. Let's put that right under there. Oh, so we have to go all the way, like, this way to 2 rooms over here to get a key. Wait a minute, I don't have a key for this. What kind of crap is this? I have to go this way, and then turn back and then go that way to a spot that leads to a dead end, just to pick up some keys, then turn around again. Weird. Okay, so now I have to go all the way back this way, and then to these 2 rooms. So this room's useless, I just need to go get a key for it. And then this room has the next key I need. This is ridiculous. Just because, like, I'm all the way over here, I want to make sure there are no hallway enemies that are guarding, like, a chest or something. Okay. Didn't think so, but wouldn't be surprised if it tried to pull something like that. And time for the boss. Okay, let's round up these little spiders first. Need to take care of them. Good. I think we can get all three of those guys with this meteor. Second meteor. And the third. Okay, at least this spider can still knock me down. I'm glad this spider isn't useless. Yeah, good, he's still some fighting him. Let's do that. Lock him in place. I think for the giant spider, magic is a little bit better than battle astrologer because I can keep more distance, so we're gonna do that. Jeez. See, we can knock him down with Thunder and then keep Thunderblight on him. So 26 minutes and 2 seconds. Well, good. I'm glad that spider's still a challenge, at least. So we got some spirit gems, some smoldering thread, a gem, and that's it. Veteran dungeon is done. And then we also had Coil Dungeon. Coil doesn't have like a backroom dungeon or anything like that. It's too bad Coil Abyss doesn't count as like clearing it. How much gold do I have? 269 something. So if I want to get into a decent version of Coil Dungeon, I need to buy a pass, unfortunately. Because for some reason they thought it would be a good idea to remove the unrestricted passes. I mean, if I had an unlimited veteran pass, I could use that, but unfortunately I don't have one of those, so I'll have to buy something. So I think Coil Intermediate is the... Yeah, okay, I'll buy that for 48k. Let's go and put that, like, right here. And really quick, I will be right back, and then we'll go run Coil Intermediate. And back. Let's go ahead and do Coil Dungeon now. After Coil Dungeon, I'm probably going to do some Dan tests. And maybe some Grandmaster stuff too. Use up that speed potion. I think I'll just use magic here. I think they'll be faster. Like, there's nothing in here that's too challenging. Okay, we're missing a key from somewhere. What, did I miss it in the other room or something? Oh, here it is. That it? Those enemies are invisible. And we're already done. Boss room took no time at all. So Coil Dungeon is done. It is Friday, so I can get some elite passes, some unlimited passes for those elite shadow missions. Go and get some of those. So I'm gonna do 2 shadow missions, so let's get 2 of them. A good solution, what they should do is, what they should do is, instead of giving out an unlimited Shadow Mission Pass and a Rabby Phantasm Pass, what they should do is they should bring back the unrestricted dungeon passes, and instead of giving out these two items, they should just give you any pass selection box that expires in 24 hours. And then that way you can pick like what pass you want to get and like what you want to use it for, instead of just kind of forcing everyone to go into Rabby Phantasm and other places. The dungeon update was like a massive failure. That was probably like the biggest failure of the whole New Rise content. The way they just kind of shoved a bunch of dungeons to the side. Where's that box thing at? There it is. I gotta do some inventory cleaning one of these days. Let's go ahead and start with the annoying one, the one in Tilton. That's the one I don't really want to do, but that's why I'm doing it first, before I change my mind. So elite. Oh, so this is gonna be one where the orbs spawn twice then? They're gonna spawn like one time after this? Okay. And then they all respawn. And we do it again. And where are my shadow crystals at? Ah, there it is. Is that the only shadow crystal I have? Might be. Thought I had some blue ones or something, but maybe not. Those expire in 11 days. Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay, all barriers released. The center. Spirit gems. And Tara next. For what? Shadowcast City? Yeah, that one's a good one. We're gonna do that on Elite, and I'm pretty sure I don't have any more Shadow Crystals unless I overlooked. I'll check one more time, just to make sure. I don't think I have any more. How much fine leather do I have? I think I have more than 10. Got like 12? Okay. I don't need this anymore, so we'll deactivate the abilities, put it back over here. There's a bunch of enemies like all around me. There's tons of enemies within range. Come on. That's why I'm happy about Unreal, to solve idiotic glitches like that. The engine is so outdated it just can't be perfect all the time. Done. Do Grandmaster tests next, since we're right here in Tara, and then we'll do the Dan tests after. So for Dan tests, I think I was working on Shuriken Charge. So yeah, we're gonna take up Shuriken Charge to Dan, well, maybe even Dan 3 today. We might just finish that out, because we can do 4 Dan tests, and we need 2 to get to Dan 2 and 2 to get it to Dan 3. Yeah, maybe we'll just finish that out today. Okay, Puppetry, Mission 3, Mission 2, and Mission 1. Winds of Fate. Oh, that must be like Gen 26 stuff. Okay, let's go. Okay, now we have the lion. Easy. And then use that puppet skill. Invigorating Encore, so we gotta activate that 3 times. Like I did last time, I'm going to do that in turn on Og. Which I need a warp imp to get to. Don't put that over here. And where's that control bar thing? Pull out something to gather the gold that the zombies drop. Not many zombies right now, but that's fine. Don't need a lot of them. Oh, I see. So when I have the doll under control, the puppet... then it moves and guides me with like WASD movement. If I hold down shift, then I can run. Okay, that's cool. Oh, there's an ancient back here. Okay, so that's one time. Let's actually move closer. Use that. I'll probably get that other guy too. Wait, so is this time number 2 then? Oh wait, I haven't used the skill yet. I have to actually use the skill to trigger it. I forgot about that. So let's go over here. There. Now we gotta wait for that to wear off. These zombies pay out decent gold, so I don't really mind. Okay, now we can start building up for the second one. Yeah, it dropped one of those traditional Turconio costumes. Zombies sometimes drop those here. Go over... Go back this way. Yeah, let's move right over here. Do that. And we are done with that part of the Grandmaster test. So I don't need that anymore. And let's go ahead and swap this out for a shuriken. Because I need to get some points on shuriken charge, which I'll use the dingoes for. Oh yeah, we're almost done. Get that one. Just a few more. Like maybe two more. Yeah, one more should do it. There. And since I have to wait, we have combat anyway, let's check on my spirit weapon. All these guys have max bond, huh? Okay. What was I focusing on leveling next here? Maybe it was my spear? Yeah, because they're already so high leveled anyway, I might as well focus my attention on them right now. And then, those, and those. You can have all that. So 81%. Don't need that doll bag out anymore, so let's go ahead and cancel that. And Shuriken charged and 2. Take advancement test. Ninja, it's gonna be like 20k a test. What do I have? Oh yeah, we got plenty. Real easy, you just spam the skill. Refreshes instantly if you get a critical hit. Even if you don't, it doesn't really matter that much. The cooldown for it isn't that long. Yeah, we're already done. Done. So now that's stand 2, and I think some foxes at Tur will be just fine. Because we gotta get some more XP with it for the Dan 3 tests. Oh, and I didn't turn in my... Did I turn in my Grandmaster missions? I'll go check on that after we finish this stand stuff. Okay, we're already done. Right, we got 109. Sure. So back to the advancement hall. Let's put that back. Where are those tickets? There, we'll use that one. Then next week I'll focus on Kunai Storm. Okay, SS. Let's go. Maybe it refreshes like every time you defeat an enemy or something. The cooldown. There. Still not really a challenge even at Dan 3. This is like one of those easier Dan tests. Like we're already halfway done. I've barely even moved. Done. And then we want this. And 3. Done. And Dan 3 Shuriken charge. And then let's go back to Lazaro. Make sure I've turned in all those quests for puppetry. Yeah, I think I still need to talk to him about that one. Yeah. Okay, that one's done. Let's use these to get 3 things on puppetry. And then we can take that to Grandmaster today. Okay, let's take out some fine leather. And we're gonna put that on sale. So a stack of that goes for... Yeah, that's what I thought. So I'm gonna sell mine for 55k a piece. So that'll be like 555k in total, which is still cheaper than anything else that's there. For some reason, one time that price wasn't good enough, but I guess someone was just selling fine leather for a really cheap price that time. Anyway, that's good. That should sell in no time compared to spending 640. Jeez, I haven't really done any Moon Island stuff, have I? Like, I covered information posts both like on the Korean site and the North American one, like when those updates came out, but I've never really put the time into working on a Moonlight Island. Defeat some monsters, yeah, we did that. Do that later. Baseware? More dungeons. More shadow missions. Oh, in the hard mode dungeons. What's the special reward? Well, other than the XP, but like, what's the special reward? It says there is one, but doesn't say what it is. I wonder what my total level is. I actually don't know on this character. It's probably over 40k. 48k. Nice. Alright, I'll do the hard mode dungeons. Why not? It won't take long. Let's go ahead and just use like magic stuff and Dark Diviner for it though. I don't really need anything else. And how much time does Pan have? 17 minutes? Sure, we'll use that for a little bit. And my fine leather sold, so that's good. Okay, so we're gonna do CR hard mode next. And last we have Rumble Dungeon on hard mode, so we'll do that one next. And that's all 3 of the hard mode dungeons for that one quest. So it still wants me to do 2 more dungeons and 4 more shadow missions. Well, we'll worry about that later. Let's feed my spirit weapon. All of those, and that. And 42%, so could be leveled up. I need 9 for that one. Yeah, I'll probably just wait until I can get enough for that skill then. Alright, and I think I'll wrap things up right around here for today. So that'll be it for today's Mabinogi live stream, and I might stream Mabinogi tomorrow. I usually don't on Saturdays, but I think I'm going to go for it just to see how it goes.